you were born in Australia, or
Yeah, I was born in Australia. Yeah,
and your parents both came.
My parents, my brother and my sister were born in Greece,
Okay.
and yeah, I was born here. My parents are Pondian background.
Yep.
So unfortunately, it's been handed over to the Turks and
Yep.
now. But all my relatives were, when they moved over to the mainland called Greece today, is Kilkis, and majority of them all live in Thessaloniki now.
Okay.
So yeah, 99% of my relatives now all live in Thessaloniki. So Thessaloniki based.
Nice.
I have nothing to do with any. I don't import or anything. I work in the building industry, but it's a passion of mine that I think we should connect Australian importers with Greek manufacturers, and also make people product aware of what Greece actually manufactures and what you can actually purchase in Australia. Greek products, you know. For me personally, I have like I said, I have no relation to any importing or anything. What I do it for free. I'm into the automotive. I like cars and whatever, you know. There's a company in Thessaloniki called GRT Motorsport. They make sequential gearboxes, if you believe, like for drag racing, for touring cars, and for rally cars. Renowned company in that sector, you know. It's GRT. You know, there's another one coming out, Extreme Tuners. They make high performance engine parts. They export all around the world, you know, to America, Japan. Owned by Spiros Panopoulos, who actually just manufactured his own car from scratch.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which was supposed to be released at the Geneva Motor Show this year, but because of the COVID-19 issue, it's been delayed. So probably near the end of the year, I think September, the Geneva Motor Show will be, which is the biggest motor show in the world, his car will be released.
Wow.
That's 100% Greek owned and made. He started by himself, and he's got 9 people working for him.
Nice.
And many, many more, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's thousands of them. Greece has thousands of Greek-owned companies.
What are some of the products that you find people are most surprised to hear are made in Greece?
Generally, or just in Australia?
Both.
Machinery.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't think people thought Greece actually manufactures machinery. Greece, probably has about 60 machinery manufacturers, from anything to sanding, wall sanding machines, to aluminium type machinery for forging aluminium windows, and with many exports, glass machinery that they export around the world, glass processing machinery, food processing machinery. They've got a lot of big food processing machinery manufacturers, catering equipment manufacturers. They've got quite a large number of them. So yeah, people don't realise Greece manufactures those products, but they do.
Yeah.
Greece Greece back in the 80s used to manufacture their own computers.
Really?
A company called Gig Electronics, I think it was called.
Okay.
100% Greek-owned computer.
And doesn't exist anymore?
Doesn't exist anymore because it got eaten up.
Look,
if it started today, it would, but because of the time it was released and
very early on,
early 80s, it was hard. They were very good computers, 100% Greek made and owned and developed computers.
Wow. I've learned that so many products that Greece produces that I didn't even know about before, I guess.
Well, that's a problem that the manufacturers have in Greece. For whatever reason, I've got my own theories.
Yeah.
It's kept under wraps on purpose.
Yeah.
Now, you got to remember, you got a lot of competition in Europe. It's like, Germany or Switzerland or whatever. A lot of countries in the EU, they don't like competition. So, for whatever reason, Greek politicians don't come out and serve the Greek manufacturers the way they should, like a lot of other countries do in the EU. Like I said, you can make up your own theories why they don't do that. But yeah, there's a lot of manufacturers in Greece that produce world-class products, from fashion to machinery, like industrial machinery, building products, electronics, that are sold on a worldwide scale that people don't know about.
And I understand when there's products that maybe Greece doesn't produce or haven't been imported to the country or are hard to get from other countries. So I understand. But when there's like, I don't know, my classic example is figs, right? So if you go to like a Greek deli and there's so many, you know, even Turkish delights like lukumia, right? Greece produces, like there's so many different Greek companies that produce them, but you're bound to find like a, you know, made in Turkey, like fig or in Greek delis. It astounds me. But
it astounds me a lot as well. You do find it because, you know what? Unfortunately, I call them flag wavers.
Yeah.
That's what I call them. They don't care about Greece. They only care about making money. It's very sad. But you do get people like that. And I don't really care about people, unfortunately, like that. I'm here for the passionate ones that are here to support the motherland, here to support the Greek industry, not just to wave flags when it suits them. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. The other interesting thing about that is as well, because you often hear stories as well where, I mean, it happens in Greece as well.
Oh, of course it does.
There's a lot of products.
Oh, yeah, I realise. Yeah.
Yeah. And even like, you know, Greeks that live near the Turkish border that will drive over to get cheaper this or that.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So how do you see that changing or that mentality changing?
Well, since the crisis they supposedly had, a lot of people have changed their ways. Like I speak to a lot of manufacturers in Greece. A lot of people have changed their ways, and the Greek product, the Greek made and owned product, because you've got to make sure it's Greek owned as well. It's more beneficial for the country when it's Greek made and owned than just Greek made. It's very, very important. And people have changed their ways somewhat, you know, in a lot of sectors in Greece, and a lot of the consumers have changed their ways. I get a lot of messages from Greece where Greeks didn't even know what Greece produces.
It's crazy.
I've had Greeks in Greece ask me where they can buy that product in Australia. And I'll tell them, I think you've misunderstood what's going on here. These are made in Greece and they're sold in Australia. You can buy them in Greece. They go, oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work, even within Greece. You know, what Greece manufactures and what you can actually buy Greek. You know.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a good point.
But things are changing. Things are changing.
Yeah, and that's a good point. With obviously the crisis has helped influence that as well.
Yes.
I've seen, and I think in a lot of countries that's happening as well. Like I've seen a lot of like, you know, Australian made, you know, on the news and social media and stuff. That's kind of there's been a push in Australia as well for that. Since the COVID, you know, situation as well.
Against the Chinese and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. And in regards to the Greek diaspora in general, do you have any concerns about their purchasing habits in general?
Of course I do. That's the whole point. The whole point is to, you know, if you've got, for example, if you've got a Greek restaurant, the majority of the products sold in the restaurant should be Greek based, because you're making money from the back of something called Greece and Greek. So seeing that you're using that name to make money out of it, well, maybe you should be giving back as well by using products made in Greece by Greek-owned, family-owned companies.
Yeah,
that's what my outlook 100%. Is. For example, it's easy to wave a flag. It's Greek, and then go and buy something made in China when you can buy the alternative made in Greece. Well, if you want Greece to exist, you buy Greek made and owned. Simple as that. No industry means no country.
Yeah.
You know, flags don't save a country. Either the tattoos or Dangsons or, you know, Zembetica, that won't save Greece, mate. The only thing that saves Greece is Greek industry, and that's any country in the world. No industry, that's it. You're finished.
You're essentially supporting their economy. So
that's it. You're supporting their economy. If people have got work, they stay in Greece. They have kids. The country grows. It prospers. It makes sense. Yeah, simple as that. You know, I don't make money out of it. You know what I mean? I'm just, if you want Greece to survive, you support Greek made and owned. That's it. Simple as that. you know. Otherwise, it'll be, disappear.
Yeah.
You're going to rely on all the foreigners all the time. You're finished.
Do you think there's a lot of foreign companies that try and pass off as being Greek-owned?
They sure do. They sure do. Look, manufacturers are sneaky.
Yeah.
Especially multinationals, and they'll do anything to put the Greek flag on anything they sell.
And why do you think they do that?
Why do they do that? Because it sells. Made in Greece sells. People got to realize that made in Greece sells. Don't have the Diaspora image that Greece doesn't manufacture anything, and whatever Greece manufactures is rubbish. That's very wrong. Within the EU, especially in the Middle East and Asia, Greek products are renowned for quality, and they love made in Greece.
Funny you mentioned that, actually. When we had this last year, we had this pasta in Zakynthos, and when I came back here, I could not find it anywhere. I went to every deli, I looked it up online, and the one place I found it online was a Emirati company that didn't export, that didn't send to Australia. But it was crazy. That's like the one place they had in Dubai. You could get it.
Japan loves made in Greece. China loves made in Greece. Hong Kong loves made in Greece. United Arab Emirates loves made in Greece. Saudi Arabia loves made in Greece. And I can keep on going. On going. They export everything there. They love anything made in Greece. So does the EU, of course, but they protect, every country in the EU protects themselves. But, the made in Greece is the big selling point. And yes, multinationals do use Greek writing and Greek labels and Greek flags to sell their products in Greece, within Greece. And they have some, they have warehouses in Greece. They pretend they're made in Greece. They're far from made in Greece, but they use certain tricks and tools of the trade to convince a person they're actually purchasing made in Greece or a Greek product where it's far from.
So by that, do you mean the majority of it isn't made in Greece, or they just come like a package?
Well, yes.
That sort of thing. Those loopholes,
They're loopholes, and they don't pay taxes in Greece, and they're very, very highly automated. In comparison to the Greek companies who pay taxes in Greece, employ all Greeks, majority of their products are still made in Greece. The raw materials will be from Greece, for example. So that's a lot of difference. And the Greek companies do put back into the community as well, the majority. So there's a lot of difference between just made in Greece and a Greek-made, Greek-owned product. The multinationals pay zero taxes in Greece.
And I know that's something you're obviously very passionate about. What are your thoughts on those still supporting products or companies that make products in Greece but aren't Greek-owned?
Well, great. Look, if there's no alternative, great, buy it. But there is alternatives to everything that's made in Greece. There's alternatives to Greek-made, Greek-owned products in comparison to just Greek-made. Greek-made can mean anything. Greek-made could be only 5% made in Greece, and the rest is imported from China.
So to have that, because I know Australia, for example, have a bit more stricter labeling around the percentage that has to be made in Australia to put that label on your products. Does Greece have that sort of?
Well, they have that. Look, they have groups called Ola Gamas and a few other ones where they promote Greek-made and Greek-owned. I think there's about 60 companies in there, but there's there's thousands and thousands. Look, the majority still in Greece, luckily, are still Greek-owned and Greek-made. There's very few multinationals, but the multinationals, for example, in beers, 98%, I think it's, don't quote me, but I think it's 98% of beers sold in Greece are owned by multinationals.
Wow.
Which is sad. When you've got 40 Greek family-owned breweries who won awards on an international scale, but don't get promoted. Whereas we get the multinationals, for example, Athenian Brewery, which is not owned by Heineken, and
I saw Olympia post on that.
Olympia Brewery, which is owned by Carlsberg, who manufacture Fix and Mythos. These are not Greek beers. You've got many Greek-owned breweries in Greece. We've got over 40, which is a lot.
And there seems to be a recent increase in like microbreweries and craft beers scene.
Yes, there is. Because a lot of, and remember, these people will invest a lot of money into Greece. Try open up a brewery. A lot of money, a lot of machinery. And mind you, the Greek brewers use a lot of Greek machinery as well. All the silos are all made in Greece. So that's the other thing as well. It's a snowball effect. And all the Greek brewers have a little niche connection.
Okay.
And they know that the multinationals they're against them because they don't want the Greeks to make money. They want to make money. The Greeks think that the Greek breweries put back into the community. The multinationals don't. They just take their money and run. They've got factories all around the world. They don't need any more money. I can tell you now. The Heineken family and Carlsberg don't need any more money. They've got plenty of money. The Greek family-owned companies need money. And we're here my page promotes the products that are sold in Australia exclusively. But I do contribute to other pages where I cover the global scale of where Greek products actually go to.
Yep. And I guess, how did you start or how did your passion for this start?
Well, just Greece manufactures a lot of products, and I always had an interest of manufacturing sector, especially what Greece manufactures. You get a lot of people who just don't know, and I say, "Oh, Greece doesn't make anything, or Greece doesn't do this, or Greece doesn't do that." Well, you know what? I'm here to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's all about education, educating yourself, and asking the question instead of having an ignorant attitude to everything and saying Greece doesn't make anything and just carrying on like an idiot. Maybe you should ask and research. You know what I mean? And people can help you and guide you. But that's basically to prove people wrong that Greece does manufacture. That's what inspires me.
I like that. That's good.
Prove people wrong.
Yeah, such a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I like to prove people wrong.
And I guess when did you start the page and your passion?
About 2012, I think. 2012, around that time.
Wow, so 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a while now. It's been a while now. Yeah, it's been a while. Nice. Yeah, it's a platform to connect Greek manufacturers with Australian importers, and also it's a platform used to educate the Australian consumer what you can actually buy sold in Australia with the links on how to purchase in Australia. So it covers two sectors, two points.
Yep. So the kind of the B2B aspect where you're kind of connecting businesses and also consumers.
I might get a Greek manufacturer and say, Steve, I want to enter the Australian market. Do you know anyone that sells this product? I might say, no, I don't. It's not sold in Australia, but I can post it on the page and see if anyone's interested, and they will contact you. If it's worthwhile, it might be something unique. Again, niche markets. No use bringing, again, I'll get a lot of companies with olive oils and honeys. Like Australia's covered, saturated in olive oils and honeys from Greece.
Yeah,
we don't need any more. So I'll just tell them, look, great, but I'm wasting your time. You're wasting my time. But you get a lot of companies that approach and they'll say, do you mind putting on? Of course, I'll put on the page. There's no problem with that. You know what I mean? To get exposure for them, and people, you might look at a lot of importers will say, you know what, great, something I'd like to bring in, and the Greek manufacturers are willing to expand. So, and we're willing here to help them. So it's used for that part as well.
That's awesome. And how did you first engage businesses or build those networks?
Well, the thing is, if I approach, I'll give an example. If I approach, I might message a Greek company and I'll say, do you export to Australia? And I'll say, not at the moment. I'll say, how can I help you? And I'll say, I'll send them a link to my page. And once they see that, their eyes open wide up because they can see there's a lot of people that follow the page.
Yeah.
And then we get into talks, and usually I like to speak to the owners.
Yeah. Best
way to get through to things and things roll on, and then I get a lot of Australian importers contact me directly and say, you know what, I want to import something from Greece. A lot of Greek Australians there. What can I import? and I'll give them a list of things and say, what are you interested in? Or I'll ask them, what are you interested in? And they'll tell me, and then I could guide them to some manufacturers that manufacture in Greece. Some I've had talks with, some I haven't, and that's up to them as well. They've got to contact them as well, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we do as well.
Okay. And how did you, I guess, what was the first company or business that you interacted with or you've done, if you remember?
I do remember. It was Erlac, which is a Greek paint manufacturer.
Okay.
Erlac, they're called. They're made in Athens, outside of Athens, in suburban Athens, and they're owned by a family-owned company. They've been making paints since the 1960s. They're pretty big, actually. Still family-owned, and they were exporting paints, furniture paints in Australia, and household paints for a while. And they were the first one, because I saw, I go, that's the first one, and then we moved on from there. And since then, there's about now in Australia there'll be over 100 brands.
Wow,
Great brands from different brands of fashion to everything and anything.
And how did you hear about that, the Arlec? Because obviously your page wasn't around to.
I saw it at a workshop in Footscray. And I saw Erlac. I go, oh yeah. And then I saw some Greek writing on it, and then explained. And then from then on, I got some ideas, and I said, there must be more Greek products. From there, we found that there's heaps and many more still coming, and many that were already here that we didn't know of.
Yeah,
with a lot of research and a lot of phone calls, and a lot of messages, you actually find out where you can find them actually. So it's just all research,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look, be proud of your heritage. And if you want to be even more proud of your heritage, support Greek made and owned products. Because I can tell you, no one's going to care about Greece. Only the Greeks will care about Greece.